Now it's the Boise State alum, Yetidee. And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Grade 15, grade 15. Here we go. Like 20.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. To throw is Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now it's Yetidee. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. An Eagle 1st down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go, go.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Prescott. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Prescott from the gun on third. He finds his man. It's Austin. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And out now come the Eagles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Wentz. And Tate's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz to Ertz.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Empty.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. Great.
Throwing now is Wentz. And it's complete to Jeffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Wentz now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They run with Yetidee, and he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's Yetidee. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Black, come on.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
We're going to 54. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46. Let's go, let's finish now. 46.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, 48. Switch it, hey. Woo. Here we go, 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he's taken down inside the 30. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
26.
On the counter, Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Get out. Good. Here we go, 47. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out. Good. Woo.
Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And a gain there of 11 yards. From the red zone now, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. His throw incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Prescott yet again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cowboys are in for 6. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Mostert. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Wentz to throw on second down. Caught right side, Tate. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Now Wentz again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Yetidee as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it first and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Prescott now from the 50. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A second down throw for Prescott. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, switch. Got it.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Prescott now on 2nd down. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep. It got his man complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
First down, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, 47. We'll go 47. Swing to the tip, right. To the left.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We're going 47, 47. We'll go 46. 46.
To the air again, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Mostert now to return. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Go.
Here's Mostert, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Lion. Black.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cliff Averill, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On play action, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Go.
Wentz to throw again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Cliff Averill
sack number 8 for him on the year. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this one is incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it? They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. On 2nd down, Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
It's coming now.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket. Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points. So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up. But he trusted his defense. Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline. Now we'll see what his offense can do. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it. They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Great 15, great 15.
Wentz going to throw. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way. And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And that one results in 35 yards.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Wentz to throw on second down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Wentz now on first down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And Elliott puts this one through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This will be fielded at the 8. Spins past it. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Get out. 47, 26.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Cowboys on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
first down carry by Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They go to Elliott again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
There they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns. Now it's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Wentz now on 1st down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Dallas, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.